Rise and shine, Giles. Apologies, but my brothers couldn't resist the curiosity and grabbed your wallet, hence why I already know your name. Fear not, for they haven't stolen any of your belongings. I've taught them better than that. Ah, I get it. Why would you talk to someone who hasn't even introduced themselves yet? Name's Cohen. Father Cohen. I'm the local preacher of the Whitcliffe Valley. 2 gentlemen found you wandering in the blizzard on the outskirts of the village. Said you'd passed out before they got closer to you. You're lucky you haven't frozen to death. This year's winter is unforgiving.
Thank you.
Now, get some rest. I assure you, you've got nothing to worry about.
No. I need to find Henry. I need to find my boy. Have you people seen my son?
There was no one with you when my brothers found you. No one. Here.
Thank you.
I could take you to the men who saved you, if it's any help, but for all I know, you just confused after the car crash, brother. As difficult as it might be for you, trust me when I say it was just you, wandering like a lost sheep in the middle of a blizzard. No one else. Tell me, do you even know how you got so far out of the city in the first place?
Giles.
Giles. Giles.
I think I was traveling to see my family. It was meant to be a reunion.
A festivity of sorts was meant to bring you all together.
Yes.
Well, we've got plenty of those around here, especially this time of year. Right then, I'll have someone retrieve the car wreckage, and I'm pretty sure the boy of yours is safe with your relatives. See, your body and spirit are in shock. A near-death experience makes you think of the ones you hold dearest. It's only natural, brother.
What's going on?
You're safe now, brother. The gardens watch over us from down below.
I cannot remember much of what happened that day, but all I know is that for the first time in my life, I felt the unbearable lightness of my being. How fragile and insignificant I was compared to the vastness of the black nothingness we have always been surrounded by. Everything that I have achieved hitherto would not have been possible if it was not for one person. Father Cohen was willing to plant a seed of truth in my head.
Where am I?
Silence. He's finally awake. You're at the very heart of Whitcliffe Valley, brother. You've wakened just in time to witness a miracle.
What is this, an excavation site? What is this hole in the ground?
No, Giles. We call it the Evergreen Spiral. Think of it as an altar. It is a sacred place. Look around you. Could trees grow and bear fruit inside a cave permeated with Egyptian darkness? Well, here they can. Now, I need you to focus and listen carefully. Tell me what you hear. Bats or birds?
But how?
It's not just a hole in an underground cave as people of your kind would perceive it as. You need to see beyond those superficial observations. Whatever we sacrifice to the Evergreen Spiral, it always gives something in return. The fruit hanging off the tree branches, the flowers flourishing around it, the vines climbing up its sides. It's all real, Giles. And it's up to you whether or not those vines grow thorns and tighten around your neck. Now, pay attention.
Please, no. Please let me go. Please let me go. No.
Why did you have to kill him? Why did you tie me? Am I gonna end up just like him? Let me go. What about my son? He was here before the crash. I know he was. I know you have him. You gotta have my Henry. Tell me where he is!
No, brother. I simply wanted to make sure you stay and observe. And as for your boy, I assure you he's safe and sound. I presume you expect an apology. But what you have yet to understand is that Henry has a greater purpose in all of this. The man we've just sacrificed used to be one of us. But my brothers and sisters caught him sneaking out of the village in the dead of night. You see, rejecting the wonders of Whitcliffe Valley is an ungodly offense. Having said that, I suppose you won't be leaving us anytime soon. Rejoice, Giles, for no one stays dead around here. At least, not when we sacrifice them to the Evergreen Spiral. I will make you see what we all see, brother.
No.
What do you see, Giles? What do you see?
I see the faces. The faces of all the men and women you've killed. So many of them. Their shadows crawling towards me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Let me out!
After him, chase the outsider.
That must be the main square, right? I gotta stay away from the lights. Please be open. There's gotta be something I can use to cut the rope. I can't feel my wrists. No. I've gotta hide. The barrel will have to do.
Found you.
No, don't!
A picturesque frozen landscape lying forever dormant held an indication of survival after death. It is where the precipice between the living and the dead became a mere chalk line in the snow. Father Cohen understood the great importance of keeping it a secret. The outsiders would only desecrate the miracle of the gardens down below. We fed the gardens as they fed us. A natural symbiosis. It has always been this way, up until the moment we decided to become gods.
What do you want? Drug me one more time, and I'll lose sight of what's real.
That depends.
I'm done with all this nonsense. Your evergreen spiral, is it even real? What about those cave gardens? Did you make them up, huh?
Aren't all gods man-made? Religion in itself is a funny thing, Giles. Are you a man of faith yourself?
I wouldn't call myself one. A god who puts a tumor inside of the head of a single parent is no god of mine.
Then it seems like we have something in common. My time here is running out, Giles. Hence why I wish to secure the future of Whitcliffe Valley. On the day of my wife's passing, I felt like I'd lost everything. Even though she'd given birth to my daughter, Laura, my faith withered. If it wasn't for my child, I would have erased myself from the face of the earth years ago. She was the reason I started traveling, looking for something to believe in. Something real. One day, both me and Laura found ourselves here in Whitcliffe Valley, and all of its residents were equally as lost and broken as I was. So I wanted to offer them something that I was yearning for. Something real.
So you filled their heads with nightmares.
I created a dream, Giles. I gave them exactly what I couldn't find.
No, you wanted to change the world, but you couldn't change yourself and just move on. Now, where's my son? Where's Henry? I want to see my boy!
Back in the cave, I told you he has yet to play a role of great importance in all of it. Most of our residents here are either elderly or infertile. Since I don't want to attract any unnecessary attention from the outside world, you and your son ending up here was a true blessing. Henry and Laura will carry the legacy and lead the Whitcliffe Valley Society after my death. I will teach your son everything he needs to know before I pass him the torch. And as for you, I think you could use some rest.
Hey. Untie me. Please untie me. I'm not going to hurt you. I promise. I need to get my son back. My little Henry. He's probably mortified.
I don't want to make him angry.
Who are you talking about?
My father.
Do you mean Father Cohen? You don't have to worry about him. Trust me. My son is waiting for me to save him, and you have to help me, please.
Don't tell him.
I won't. I promise. Do you know where they took a young boy? Have you seen him?
They took him to the church. It's near the main square.
Where's Henry? What have you done to my son?
I simply made him say what we all say, brother. Go on, boy. Reunite with your father.
It has been many years since my father died by my hand, yet I still feel his presence. I fear that one night his shadow-like revenant will visit me in my sleep and wrap his cold, ghoulish hands around my neck. Maybe it is exactly what I deserve. However, I have other things to worry about. In spite of all the recent sacrificial offerings, The evergreen spiral hasn't given us anything in return. At least, not since Father Cohen's passing. The poor man died in his sleep, in the comfort of his own house. I am afraid that the miracle of Whitecliff Valley died with him. The gardens down below wither, and so does the memory of their past beauty. The outside world gets closer to our village. New roads and structures are being built not too far from us. I'm starting to question whether or not all of this was just a dream.